Welcome to Direcast, You Know What You Did. Here at Direcast, our group of 6 Moonwalkers play different RPGs, bringing you a new game and system every few weeks. This week, we're kicking off a game of Lasers and Feelings, the one-page sci-fi RPG that has spawned unnumbered hacks, including our recent Christmas special, The Fight Before Christmas. This was actually a listener-suggested game, so thank you, Jonathan, for suggesting this to us. My name's Lukey, and the question this week is, which sci-fi world would you like to visit most? So I was thinking about this. I feel like it would have to be the sci-fi universe. Jesus fuck. I feel like it would have to be the Star Trek universe. Because they kind of live in a utopia. Like, there's no capitalism.
I do agree.
Like, why would you not want to go there? Like, I love Star Wars, but the universe is a mess, honey. Like,
Star Wars is one family just dragging everything into their
my
problems.
god, it really is. It's awful.
Ultimate privilege. Yeah.
So yeah, I'm going Star
Poor
Trek.
Alderaan.
Hello, my name is Matt, and my answer. See, I really love it's. It's a really weird answer, I grant you, because I'm gonna say the Mass Effect universe. Now I know that the whole point of that series is that like the world is going to end, and it ends pretty dismally. But I love the idea of just exploring all these different alien races that conveniently all speak English, and the whole message is that it's all about we're going to hang out with different aliens of different cultures. We're going to learn about each other and all become friends on the same ship.
Oh yes,
I just love that. I want to kind of just hang out with people from different cultures and zip around the galaxy in my super fast ship.
Well then, boy, do I have a recommendation for you, Matt.
Really?
Because the sci-fi
Join the Navy. What?
No.
Sorry.
Because
Jason.
the sci-fi universe that I would like to live in is the one from the Wayfarer books by Becky Chambers.
Ooh, I do not know it.
This is a series that I've been banging on about off mic, on and off for a while now. It's a series of 4 books by a woman called Becky Chambers, and it's humane sci-fi.
This is the Long Way to a Small Angry Blanket.
Yep, long way to a small angry planet.
Blanket.
I tried to tell the joke, but I'm too much of a nerd, and I had to say it right, and I failed. Because it's not
planet, guys.
It's not a utopia by any stretch of the imagination, but the GC Commons, which is the equivalent of the Federation, they have their shit largely sorted out. And it's there's a lot of interspecies stuff, and there is a fairly conventional advanced human society in the form of the Martians, and then if you want to get a bit more conventional, you have the Exodus fleet, who are living in a kind of scarcity-induced, hyper-socialist, cashless environment. Which is very gentle and loving, and it's the focus of the 3rd book, Record of a Spaceborne Few, which is, I think, my favourite. It's just about normal people having a normal time, and it's absolutely wonderful, and I thoroughly recommend it.
Very nice.
Sweet.
Recommendation accepted.
Hi, I'm Helen. And the sci-fi universe I would most like to live in... Right, so, bear with.
Okay, we're bearing.
At one point, pre-COVID, I was staying over at a friend's house, and my friend's partner was playing this video game where you go to a whole bunch of different planets and you can explore, like, endless solar systems. And they had, like, alien animals
No Man's
and
Sky.
alien...
No Man's Sky.
Yes, No Man's Sky, yeah.
Yeah, that one. I didn't know what it was called, but that sounds so chill.
But you're like the only person there.
But it was nice watching the pretty worlds.
It is, yeah.
And you could go to, like, spaceports and learn alien languages.
Cool.
I do like the way the language system works. It's just like, okay, I'm going to learn words one by one, and then sort of glue them together. So I know the alien word for mother and hat. And so if those 2 words...
Oh yeah, there's no grammar.
My name is Peter, and I would like to visit the planet Nano. And there are probably going to be 2 people who get that reference. It is in the hexagonal phase of the Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy.
I thought it sounded familiar.
It is protected by Thor and the cheese god, and it is a place mainly filled with personal trainers and old people. And
the third ship.
no,
Oh,
no,
yeah,
no,
the second-
no, not the third ship. So the planet Nano. This is in the hexagonal phase, which is the final series, which was based on a bunch of Douglas Adams notes. Right, pulls up trousers. So
Why
this
have you
was
got your trousers down, Pete?
Because he was showing his nerd dick off.
yeah. Okay, I will. Fine, says the man who's.
Please never talk about your brother's dick again.
I will.
You can't keep that promise, and you know that.
I mean,
And
I feel like I can.
Planet Nano is just a generally nice place and doesn't have Cthulhu as a god. And also somewhere on it, listen to Hitchhikers, it's good.
H.
Oh no. I was thinking about saying the Becky Chambers universe because it is just very chill and it does just feel like a place you could actually exist and feels like a normal person could get along there and just, you know. She-Ra did cross my mind, but I was like, does that really count? But I guess it really does. They really end up going to space at the end.
It's science fantasy.
And they're literally on an alien planet.
Yeah.
If
I'll go for She-Ra. Sounds pretty chill.
I do not know what
Yeah.
She-Ra is.
Oh my god, you've got to watch it.
Soz.
It's on Netflix. It's
It's
a
so
very
wholesome.
wholesome queer cartoon.
I love wholesome queer.
There you go. You'll like it.
Sold.
Yay! So, now that we know all that, let's get to it.
So this week we are playing Lasers and Feelings, which we have played a version of before in the form of Nightmare Before. No, I did
Night before Christmas.
Night Before Christmas.
Fight before
Fight
Christmas.
Before Christmas. Oh, it was a
Oh,
pun.
well
It was
done,
a
team.
Yep, very rules light RPG, but now it's set in space.
Oh, wasn't this requested by a listener as well?
this was yes.
It was Jonathan?
You,
Me?
you especially
Oh, okay.
are situated
Okay.
are situated around the little pleasure planet of New Leamington Spa.
Oh, God.
Excellent.
A planet famous that all bodies of water on it are fizzy, leading to meaning that all water is sparkling. All fountains are very highly pressurized, and burping isn't nearly the social faux pas that it is in other parts of the galaxy.
Is it Leamington Spark then? Surely, if everything's sparkling.
Now I'm angry, but
Now you have brought upon you the wrath of Peter.
pun wrath.
Please continue.
Yeah, I
No
will-
banana sticker for you.
You got to try. You got to try.
You'll get the warm avocado hat of shame. Sorry.
No.
No, I
Sorry,
enjoyed it.
please continue.
I enjoyed it a lot. So there is the New Leamington Spa is it has two moons that go around it. One of them is a lovely sort of lovely pink colour, and people regularly go there for the Grand Bazaar Hotel, made out primarily of agate. It is a beautiful hotel which you can dock at. It's got a 5-star experience, and listed in the Really Lonely Planet guide of places to stay around New Leamington Spa is the other option, and then a page that hasn't been filled in. You are on the page that hasn't been filled in. It is a link to the Bazaar Hotel on the other moon, which is slightly green and smells a bit.
Lovely.
So we're all like various people associated with the low rent space hotel.
Yes, a very low rent space hotel.
It's
It's
aspiring.
It's aspiring.
What was the space hotel's name again?
I called it the Bazaar. However, actually,
Like,
no. You
weird?
can't. Yeah.
Not Bazaar, like B-A-Z-A.
Bizarre, bizarre.
It's
Yeah,
just,
there's the Grand Bazaar and the Grand Bizarre.
Exactly. We could
This-
be both, maybe?
It is on either one. They keep stealing the
There's
letters off the
entrances
signs.
on both sides.
Yes.
Duh.
Yeah, if you're coming through the back, it's the bizarre. If you're coming through the front, it's the bazaar. But it is...
We have been meaning to get that sign fixed.
Yep.
Yeah.
So, within Lasers and Feelings, you can choose roles for yourself, or you can choose a style for your character, which come between which there are many options for. And I feel like we should build. Why was this hotel built here, not on the nice planet? I think that's a good question to ask.
I like the idea of keeping it vaguely within the original conceit of Lasers and Feelings, that we're like this universe's version of Starfleet, and so this was originally like the Starfleet base here.
What it was gradually converted into a low rent hotel. You know,
Well,
I
due
don't know.
to budget cuts and lack of interest in this area, it's mostly been decommissioned. Technically, we still work for Starfleet, but we're mostly hospitality staff at this point.
And when they finished terraforming the other planet, like the other moon, and it was so much nicer, we were just kind of still here.
Yeah.
Now listen, we've applied for terraforming several times over the years, and we are still waiting. But I'm sure that the paperwork's on its way.
Aww.
So yeah, so sort of a decommissioned military base.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
Well,
Or like supply. Oh no, supply depot. Supply depot.
Explorer base.
Yeah.
Explorer base.
Come
That
here
sounds like a name.
come here to refuel. We lock the pumps when it goes to the dark side of the. You have to pay first on the pumps when it gets to the dark side of the moon. So,
Oh la la.
when we're saying low rent, is it like I'm imagining that there are things that are broken across this spaceship, but sort of what kind of things probably aren't working as well as they should be?
I mean, I bet the doors don't work very well. Like, you know, like if this is sci-fi, right? I'm imagining you have your typical Star Trek automatic doors. Except
They get
about
stuck
half of them
halfway.
don't work, or they open halfway, or they open stupidly slowly. Like,
They probably have like an air pressure thing between different bits, so maybe you just get stuck in the decompression zone for ages.
yeah. Some guests have not checked out in years. We don't know what happened to them. They're somewhere.
Oh no!
They have to be. Every door has like an opposite door that has to be closed while it's open, and they can be
It's
anywhere
power
else in the base.
saving.
So people are
Yeah.
constantly
But they didn't
like,
link it
pressing,
up properly.
pressing
so.
the emergency thing, being like, "I'm stuck behind door 36D," and you don't know why I chose a bra size for that. And
They're all named after bra sizes.
yeah,
I mean,
you're
why
all named
wouldn't
up,
they be?
and you're
That's
like,
canon.
okay, I need to open 40F and then close it again 3 times, and then you can open 36BD, but it will only open for 3 seconds, so you better be quick.
Oh, thank
Is there
you.
like a
Yes,
really
that's
complex
the problem
map?
with this place. The entire station is underwired.
Yeah, it's like in order to open one. Have they got like there's like a control room with like a load of like notes, and it's just like, right, okay, so we think if we close 33B and 42A, that opens 52. We're pretty sure. Like, they've been working at it for years.
Helen, you were.
The problem
you were
is
gonna
there
say
are
something?
only 5 of us, so we can't like be everywhere at once, so we can't always check.
Helen, you had
Sorry,
something.
Helen, what were you going to say?
I was on mute, so I'm not sure what you thought I was saying.
You
Why
you
were
were
you
going
on
to make a
mute?
suggestion and then were cut off. I just wanted to if there was something.
Sorry.
Well, I have a suggestion on how we spell the hotel name that I've just put in the chat.
Ooh.
Oh my
Oh my god, that's
Yes.
horrifying! I love it.
Yes.
That
For
looks like the name
listeners,
of Elon Musk's
It
next
is Hotel
baby.
B, and then in brackets I/A, close brackets, ZA, open brackets, A, close brackets, R,
Oh
open
my
brackets,
God.
RE, close brackets.
I mean, that's the title of the episode.
That's my
Holy
name
cow.
too.
I think we're gonna
That
break
was
Oh,
like-
sick.
That
We're
was
gonna
its
break Red
official
Circle.
like designation. It was station, the space station B-I-A ZA
B1A,
A-R-R-E.
B1A, Z. Oh, you can't really turn the rest into numbers. Oh,
Yeah, I like the idea of B1AZR or something like that.
Yeah,
Bizarre.
bizarre.
I mean, when we go to create the ship, we're meant to pick 2 strengths and a problem. Do we want to invert that with 2 problems and a thing that works?
Yeah. So we've got underwired doors.
Yep.
The doors will randomly open. They seem to have a mind of their own. Just to give you an idea, there are sections of a ship. So the roles for the character is stuff like Doctor, so there must be a med bay. Envoy, so I imagine there's some sort of like grand communications thing. Engineer, well, we know there's going to be engines. Explorer, pilot, scientist, or soldier. So there's probably a weapons bay and some sort of scientific department.
Saying that,
Yep.
if we have converted it to a hotel, we could very easily have turned the med bay into a ballroom.
Okay.
Got rid of all
absolutely.
of the... Yeah, we don't necessarily have to follow the... Like, you know, you can be... My archetype is that I used to be a soldier, but now I run jazz classes for...
Yeah, you've completely converted it.
That's more fun.
That's a
I
lot-
prefer
yeah,
that.
Nick an idea from Becky Chambers, which is that the moon has it has some kind of indigenous pest, so we do still need to keep someone around as a kind of environment.
Yeah, if you got like the soldier archetype, who's basically just an overpaid like
Just a bouncer.
whose sole job is like
soldier,
to
site
chase
manager.
around these like
Do
space
people
squeals.
if people have ideas for characters, do we want to cover that and then make the world fit it rather than...
Yeah, it feels like characters is an easier start point.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
agree.
I was thinking of a vague idea of like was a soldier but is now kind of just a glorified parking attendant / exterminator.
Yes.
Yeah.
That sounds like what Jacob was describing. Yeah.
Yeah, basically.
For any weird moon pests.
I
that
feel
have
like
decided to come around.
you get sent to Starbase Bazaar if you do something really bad. Like if you just fuck up and they're like, oh, we
It's
just
the
want to get
arse
them out of here.
end. Yeah.
Like
Basically,
not...
you're just splatting space slugs that got stuck in the aircon vents. That's it.
Yeah.
Oh my god, yes, they're just like slugs of unusual size.
Yes, and they just love like
Slugs of unusual
human
size.
ventilation systems and kind of just like plug them up with their sluggy bodies.
I have thought of a name for them. I'm just going to call them the Gumge.
The gunge.
The Gumge.
Actually, I prefer
love
the
it.
With an
gun.
M.
Yeah.
Is that our second? Is that our second deficient property about this hotel? The gunge.
The
The
Gumge.
gunge.
It's just infested with the gun.
Gumge.
And you can get rid of them from a room for a while, but if you're not like actively
Yeah, you have to be a bit vigilant with them.
dehumidifying it, they're gonna come back.
They just crawl back, and they move so slowly. You'd think you'd notice, but then you suddenly sit down and
Like,
They're really hard to kill. If you squish them, they just turn into like 100 gunge.
I think with
no.
the
If you
exception of
dehydrate
Peter,
them, they can
there's...
rehydrate.
I think with the exception of Peter, there's some deep-set trauma from living in Exeter and the amount of slugs that made it into student property.
I never had this
You
problem.
are right. Oh, so many slugs.
Ken, it was weirder. We had ladybug infestations.
I've
It
had
sounds
that
charming,
in
but I
like
bet
my
it's not.
house. It's awful.
Yeah, I agree with sounds charming, but bet it isn't. Yeah, that is
Yeah.
something. Yeah, yeah. We just had
That's
slugs.
that's the nickname of this hotel. Sounds
Sounds charming. Fuck.
All right, I'm just going to come straight out the gates and say I want to play like an alien of some kind.
Oh yeah, there.
Perhaps a ladybug creature. I don't know what. So, what other roles do you have around crappy hotels? You've got like the parking attendant. You've got like the bellboy.
Chef.
The chef.
Again,
cleaner,
this is
site
a
manager.
future hotel, so it doesn't even necessarily have to be what we think it could
Oh,
be.
yeah.
You could
They-
be
yeah,
like,
you
in
could
the
do that.
future
True.
hotels, they need to have insert thing here.
What I'm trying to think is like, what were you in Star Armada, and what have you ended up being on this weird starbase you've been sent to because you were just not very good at your job?
Oh, can I
So, like,
Bagsy? Can
If you
I,
were captain, you might be
can
manager.
I Bagsy some kind of drone tech or mechanic?
Yeah.
So we
Yeah,
have a
those
whole
are
bunch.
always
So
needed.
we have a whole bunch of repurposed like explorer or service drones, which are basically now just glorified Roombas.
Like those fancy
Yes.
hotel droid things you see in, like, I don't know, Korea, where they like drive around and like, hello, this is room service, and they like put a can of Coke outside your door and drive away.
Yeah, that kind,
this is
that
a
kind
thing?
of deal. Yeah, somewhere between those and like the gonk droids from Star Wars.
Yeah.
I don't know why, but my
Little more
first thought was
lo-fi.
instead of a room, because you've converted it as like one of the gonk droids from Star Wars, but with like a feather duster gaffer taped to its front.
Yes.
Like Knifey the Roomba,
Exact-
Stabby the Roomba, except
exactly.
with Swiffy the Roomba.
Yeah.
The
so,
Roomba that screams.
So like so I don't know if I want to be like mechanic, because how have we said this moon is a slightly smelly green planet? How habitable is it? Do we need like rebrievers or vac suits to go outside?
I'd say that it's
Are we under a dome?
what limited terraforming tech you had on board, you've sort of used it to create a dome. So you've got sort of grounds as they were, but it's more just areas that you don't need a rebreather or something in. It's got a very limited... I knew you were going to ask the hard sci-fi questions, and I completely
It's
had
like
not...
permanently miserable weather.
Yes.
Well, in our,
Oh my god,
I
yes.
like
in the character creation stuff, it does say that we have like suits with
Yeah,
like, you know,
breathing.
outsidey, spacey. Help me with.
True, I wouldn't be too beholden to the sheet though. I think we
No,
should
but
kind of
if
let
it gives
the
me
roleplay
something
go.
cool, I want to keep it.
You definitely had those at some stage, and you definitely...
I have kept mine carefully well.
I do love the
maintained.
idea that whatever bubble we're in has just unfortunately trapped the worst weather, so it's constantly slightly drizzling and a little too humid to wear a raincoat suit.
I like the idea that it's just badly calibrated. So like how, what was it, like the Reichstag had its own like weather system.
Yeah, yeah.
It's just permanently slightly damp, and like you think we'd be inured to this because we're spacers, but it's just something about the fact that it's raining stale sweat the whole time.
And
So
yeah,
it's
because
like
it's recycled water. It's not like the water's coming from somewhere else.
Yeah. And that does explain the slugs as well. This all tracks together quite nicely.
Yeah.
For your robot engineer, the only NPC I'd really I'd had us, but if you want to have a cleaning droid, I have named them 1AN, also known as Ian.
Fantastic.
That's
Ian.
yeah.
Love it.
Eon?
Although you probably
So
have a
we've
fleet
got
of others.
a security guard / parking attendant, and we have a chief engineer / maintenance man.
Yep.
What else do we need?
Well, there's
I feel like we need
Presumably
somebody
the
in charge
captain
of
would
service.
be the manager.
Yeah, like a
catering
manager.
service. Shrug shoulders. Other suggestions?
What
Medic?
can't be automized is a word.
Yeah,
isn't
I
it?
was thinking on the same lines. What
Yeah,
can't
some
robots
kind,
do?
some kind of medic sounds like a good.
I've
Although,
never played a medic. I would kind of like to play a medic.
cool.
Yeah? What does the medic end up doing in the hotel?
I mean that sounds like it's going to be part.
Charcuterie boards.
Probably napping and reading a book in the corner and then trying to
Yeah, maybe
justify
it's
their
on the
I was
payroll.
gonna say, actually, that sounds like, depending on the character of the medic, that either is not very much, or they've converted into like a
Slug investigator.
not even that. Something to do with the guests. Something to do with, because we're going. How? Okay, and this builds into another question: how like cosmopolitan is this universe that we're in?
Well, there's now a new Leamington Spa, suggesting there was a need to expand the brand of Leamington Spa.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
is this like? Are we expecting on a crew of 10? On your average crew of 100, on an average crew of 10, you'll have 6 different species, or is this Ladybug Man is going to draw stares and screams wherever he walks?
I mean,
good point.
Or where on the scale are we?
Well, maybe not on the crew you'd always have 6 different species, but you wouldn't, like, aliens wouldn't draw stares
Yeah,
in general.
like Federation to Empire. Where are we on that line?
well,
I prefer to be multicultural. I think it'd be more interesting than going like,
and that
aliens
also
are getting
gives
into like space
gives the
racism.
medic, and also gives the medic something to do, because aliens are always going to have different nutritional and health-based needs while they're staying.
Very true. Could be like, okay, I'm going to calibrate your room
You've
to
become the
remove
chef.
the acidity
Not even
from the
just also
atmosphere.
like a wellness specialist.
Yeah.
oh my god, you've opened a spa.
Morale officer.
It's like
Really, really bad spa.
Oh man. I was thinking more like it's someone who like runs an aquarium, and like you hear these people who are super into their fish. No offense to people who are into fish, it's crazy how much you know about like pH levels and acidity and oxygenation and like weird numbers that I don't understand what they are, and they're very specific for their fish. But it's like that for each hotel room, and you've like
Could I
programmed them.
make a suggestion for UH? If like you are the doctor, but maybe you were the science officer as well, and devoid of any real purpose, you've just gone mad on some projects. Like
You
such
could have
as fish.
also
Oh,
just
God,
become
yes.
an absolute expert on these slugs.
Oh, I
Yeah,
think
you
they're
just
my
study what you have.
pet project. Absolutely. And can I add another thing? If my character, I would like them to be an android, so they're not even biological.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
So they are just
Oh, they-
obsessed
yes.
with all of these squishy things with like guts. It's just great. I love it. You know?
I've posted a phrase into the chat:
Xenoclimatologist.
xenoclimatologist.
Lovely.
So Helen, I've kind of got 2
Not
half-baked
xenoecologist.
characters in mind. Have you got anything?
I had something, but I'm not sure how well it's gonna work with the wider crew, so you go crazy with whatever your plan is, and I'll...
Well, what I was going to say is I feel we need a manager. We need somebody to head this crew up, which will be either me or you. And if you want me to be the manager, I was going to suggest that my fella is like an old soldier. He's kind of like an old soldier. He's like approaching retirement. But he cocked up a little bit on a mission, and so he's been posted to the arse end of the world, but he still likes to run a tight ship. And he doesn't like it that all of you people are mucking about and not paying attention.
I'm not mucking about.
Shut up! So that's one option. If you wanted to be leader, I thought that maybe I could play like the flip, the lowest ranking member of the group, who is just like a long-suffering waiter and repairman and gardener and decorator, like just does everything, because everyone else just leaves all of the actual jobs to them.
Yeah,
I'm kind of happy to do either.
So my original idea was along the lines of an ex-communication officer who's gone ahead and set up his own personal radio station.
Oh my god!
For the hotel.
So like Wolf
Love
359
that.
except real.
Love that.
So you're just stuck listening to him.
See, I heard that as ex-communication officer.
So did
all
I for
one
a second.
word.
I was very confused.
He was also involved in many religions, but he felt that isolating people for different things that may or may not have been sins wasn't really him, and he just wants to play some chill music.
I love this.
So I think you should do that. I think that's a
Lo-fi
great
beats to
idea.
parade
Please do.
to.
Yeah.
Right, and
What
so
did
And occasionally
therefore,
he'll
I
be
think-
interrupted
Radio
by an
station.
actual PA, like, could the driver of the 62462 spaceship please report to reception? And then it'll go back to...
Today we're interviewing the parking attendant. What does he call his radio show?
Lo-fi orbit.
High orbit.
I'm sorry.
Biz Orbit.
I like that.
Bizorbit, I love it.
Bizorbit.
It needs
The
to play
bugs.
really bad, and then he'll just be like, and today on the weather is exactly the same as it is every day as per our terraforming regulations. And now back to news.
Although due to the
Alright,
terraforming machine being a bit jippy, we might get our regulated shower 2 minutes earlier.
Is he actually transmitting this anywhere? Like, do like long
Nobody
haul
knows.
space truckers pick it up?
I'm fairly sure that he's just... Yeah, actually, I like the idea of nobody knows. My idea was that he was just transmitting it into the hotel, but how far it's actually going? Like, he's kind of taken over the PA system, and he can be overridden at any point.
I like the idea that there are like long haul space truckers who pick it up on their way through, and they're like, "What?"
It's like a hipster hit.
Yeah.
in this district.
I like the idea. Oh, I like the idea that like the internal like PA announcing system and the external broadcast flight control radio have gotten like mashed together at some stage, and no one can untangle it. So actually, you're really important because you're both got you. One moment you'll be playing your lo-fi beats to dock to.
No.
And having to guide the ship in. And then
I'm
your next
keeping that, we're
announcement
keeping
is,
that.
can the holder of key on room 223 please proceed to the desk? We need to disinfect you again. And it's all going out over the PA. And it's
I kind of specifically didn't want my character to also be the one who was doing, like, the manager PA.
oh, okay.
So I like the idea that you're not deliberately doing the manager PA, but sometimes it cuts in.
I mean, it's
Yeah,
it's
so,
like
the PA will cut in, being, like, you know, mid lo-fi hip-hop. Or if you even want to set a scene, do you want to all be called into the office to be told about the inspection that's coming up or something? And then we can all say who's coming in and who we are.
That could work quite
that would work quite well. The other one is you're meant to have like a captain that's left, that's in the medical bay with psychic wibblies. But I think it's just I was going to have the idea that you had like a line manager who has
He's not answering the phone.
yes, and it's just unexpected, or is just calling in through hologram or something because he's got lost.
Let's do that. I'm happy to play it like with my character that I'm used to being second in command. It's like there's usually another person who's the off, and I'm like the one who bullies all of the ranks into getting into order.
Yes, you're
And
the
so
XO.
now
But your
I've
good cop is
actually-
missing.
Yeah, my good cop is missing, so I'm just
Your
completely
tie,
lost.
your Colonel tie.
Wait,
I am
Copper's Missing
basically
is a great
Ty.
band
Yes, I am Colonel Ty.
Mixed a bit with Corporal Jones.
Bit of Jones, bit of Ty. If anyone's ever seen the controversial film Zulu, I'm also the Nigel Green character from that.
Oh,
Yeah, just like a ballin' but salt of the earth sergeant. That's what I am.
It is as it always is. A very, very damp Tuesday.
Is it always Tuesday too? Wow.
Eh.
Awful.
Yeah.
The calendar's broken.
Yes, the calendar broke. The calendar broke cycles ago, and thereby it has always been Tuesday. After a particularly wild night of playing 3D poker, each of you are called into the office of General Line Manager Clunge Thunk. Clunge Thunk has worked on many a hotel, bringing them into order. This one, he describes it as a challenge. Between bated breaths, you are called into a surprisingly clean office. It's sort of white wall. It's white floors, sort of beige walls. This was an old captain's quarters, so there's a little sort of wooden desk, real wood desk, which on it has a little blue crystal which sits in the middle, which is currently pulsating gently with a little hologram above it, just saying "one caller." You all schlep in there after a wild night of double flushes and extremely unroyal burps. And
You
so
always got to
forth.
double flush the toilets here.
Yes.
All right.
There might be a slug in it.
Right, so I guess I'll step up first. And I'm the character Sergeant Daggerfield Wentz.
Oh my god. I'm so
Who's this
happy.
so he is he's not human. He's furry. He's like kind of like a Wookiee meets like a badger. He's kind of like black and white fur.
Aw.
The facial fur is styled into quite a ridiculous little walrus moustache that he's very proud of, and he waxes daily. And he's the only person
It's
here
Poirot.
who still insists on wearing his full military uniform at all time.
That is not
And
true.
always
I also wear my full military uniform at all time. Thank you very much.
Very good, very good. Right, all of you, stand up. I'm going to open the message. And I shall open the message.
Opens onto a hologram of a very clean-cut man with very worn eyes. The man who is wearing those eyes is as you know him, Grunge Clench.
So, Mr. Clinch, sir.
Hello there,
That's
Wentz.
Captain Clench.
Yes, hello there, Wentz of... Oh, I see you are as tip-top and new Bristol fashion as you always
Sir,
are.
new Bristol fashion, as always, sir.
Perfect. Right, all of you, I've got good news and bad news. Good news, it is coming to the end of the month and you will be getting your pay. It has finally come through from the general managers and from the chain, as we have had a record number of three successful customers this month.
Thank you very much, sir.
They let...
Punching ball with the last one.
And then the bad news. Unfortunately, one of them left a review reminding the site Yelp, Super Yelp,
Space Yelp.
Space Yelp.
Spelp.
In space, everybody can hear your reviews. Space Yelp that has reminded certain authorities of our presence as, in fact, a hotel.
No.
Thereby, the inspectors are coming. The inspectors from the very lonely planet are arriving. They were just nearby reviewing an all new sparkling spa on New Leamington Spa. They gave it a medium review. So I need everything to be proper. I need us to get into the books. We have not been in the books so far. That has been due to good reasons. So
If I may ask, sir, how long until the inspection, sir?
they do not give a time. They are secretive people. However, it will probably be, I don't know, probably in about an hour. Its sun is coming up on that particular spa and region.
Right. Okay then, right. You audible lot, line up. Let's hear from you. Let's be having you then.
Right.
We've got a job to do. Who are you?
Who wants to go first?
Spit it out, man. Get on with it. Sorry.
You know who we are.
I want it as part of protocol. No comedians, please.
No spitting, please, Wentz. We've talked about this.
Sorry, sir. Thank you, sir.
I'm sorry I couldn't be there. I unfortunately had an emergency where I didn't want to be there.
Yeah.
Permission to introduce myself, sir. Corporal Camborne, sir.
Camborne.
Most people just call me Welshie.
Welshie.
Maybe this
good.
time. Oh god damn it! I've already lost the fucking accent.
Despite
Sorry.
the fact that you have an Irish accent.
I was going to say, are you meant to be Welsh?
Reals,
Well,
there
people
we
call me
go.
Welshie. I can't do the fact same thing.
Call me Welshie.
Down
Yeah.
in the valleys.
Everyone calls me Welshie, and maybe this time I'll remember to keep the accent on between episodes.
Oh, I don't know about that.
I'm the mechanic for this here institution, and that means I manage the Ians. We have Ians. I've just come back from checking the hydraulic suspension on Christian. I need to do the rest of my rounds later, but I guess that this means that there's more urgent matters to attend to. Did you have any particular tasks that you needed me to do, Mr. Clint?
Make sure there are no slugs about. We mustn't tell them about the slugs. Make sure they don't come into slugs. That kind of thing gets a very bad review. I've seen an entire five-star pleasure deluxe resort taken down by a singular mouse. So, I want to make sure there are no slugs around, and make sure, and also just make sure the Ians aren't being radical. I don't need it would surprise them if we inform them that our particular group of Ians, in fact, have a hatred for humanity. As it
All right,
seems.
sir. They will not be forming a union under my watch, sir.
We actually ejected Union into the sun a couple of cycles ago, so I'd be quite impressed if
You
they
and
managed
Ian.
it.
There's a lot of
Yeah,
fun
got rid of
with
him.
I'm trying to
I
work out what
intend-
Ian can stand for.
I intend to mine this joke for all its sodding worth.
Very proud
So
of
do
you.
I. And now, actually, sign off to make sure we're all here on the day. Who's next in line there? Sorry, the two-way connection's a bit dodgy. I can't quite see who it is.
Sir, Corporal Malevolent Plum, sir.
Malevolent Plum, good to see you. As ever.
Malevolent Plum is a tall, strapping young lad. He was a red coat. A red coat? A red shirt. He was. Let me try that again. He was a red shirt on.
He outlived it.
On Space Force. Go with Space Force. On
We'll
a
go with
Space
Space
Force.
Force.
On a big Space Force ship, and in a strange twist of fate, he was the only survivor of a landing party.
Ridiculous.
Ridiculous. And because of this unfortunate circumstance, and they couldn't prove he did anything wrong or neglected his duty in any way, but they decided to shunt him off to Bazaar, Leamington Spa. And he takes his job very seriously. He's certain that he's been here for 3 years, but he's entirely certain that he will be back on the Space Force possibility very soon. Side note: if I ever play a robot, it's going to be the Possibility Rover, and everyone will call it Billy. Moving on.
Noted for later.
Thank you. So he's just waiting to have his good work recognised, and he's of course the main security officer here. Takes very good care, patrols the grounds, mostly works in the space car park, helping ships park, and also is often on slug duty. He is very good at decimating the slugs. It is literal decimation. It is impossible to get rid of all the slugs. It is generally
You only remove
1 in 10.
1/10.
Yeah.
But he takes pride in his slug decimation. He has discovered that hoovering them up and then reversing the vacuum into space is a very good way of getting rid of them for at least 3 weeks before they find their way back again.
Okay.
Orbital slugs.
Orbital slugs.
Oh,
They
God,
are
people
impossible
coming
to
in
get
through
rid
the
of permanently.
I feel so sorry for
he
ship
takes
stocking.
He keeps himself up to Space Force standards at all times, always in pristine uniform, and looks up to captain / manager / wait, what is your title, Matt?
I'm Sergeant Daggerfield Wentz.
He looks
The
up
sergeant.
very highly to Sergeant Daggerfield Wentz, who was a decorated war veteran, I assume, before coming here to the Arse of Beyond.
Yep. I used to have 4 arms. Now, of course, I only have 2.
Me too, sir. I only ever had 2, but I also only have 2 arms.
Good lad, good lad.
Oh. Perfect. Today you'll be making sure the guests have. Make sure these reviewers have the proper experience, and I want no slugs, no slug activity.
Yes, sir, I shall be on guard duty with my reversible vacuum, as well as my docking lights.
Make sure those lights are clean and that Hoover is whirring.
So, yes, sir.
Right, who's that standing next to you?
Me?
Yes.
Hello, me? What's going... I'm just... you see a figure that looks human in proportion, but I think is made of see-through plastic with tubes and sort of coloured threads and wires running through them, and a guy, probably just some random clothes thrown on top for kind of semblance of normality.
Trying to imagine what outfit goes with that aesthetic.
I don't know. I think it's literally a bit of everything. So probably just like a borrowed military jacket, and then like a cute mini skirt, and then like a pair of trainers. It's just very, very chaotic, and looks like they
That's
don't really
one
know
hell of
what
a look.
works.
You're wearing clothes on average.
Exactly. It's like if an AI like generated an outfit from learning about outfits online, and it was just very bad, very bad.
Wonderful.
So also got a see-through clear face with like tubes running through it, and go, hi, yes, sorry, I was reading something because this is boring. Sorry, where are we at? What are we doing?
Oh, I don't have you down on the list. I don't have you down on the list of paid employees here. So sorry, I've forgotten your name again. That was a very
Vic.
strong. Sorry,
My name is Vic. B-I-C.
Vic.
And I am on the list because I got paid last month. I think.
Did you? Right.
Did
I'll
I?
have to-
No.
I'll have to have a-
Auxiliary employee number 307, sir.
Oh
Thank you.
yeah.
Yeah,
Yes.
you can read my chip if you want, but
Sir, we have not been paid in 3 months, sir.
Oh.
Sir, that is fine, sir.
That
to
is
be honest, I
acceptable.
don't have to buy any
and,
food, so I don't notice. I just plug into the mains, so it's fine. But
and we charge you for every drop, sir.
Yes, we do, sir.
how did I get here? I was reading. You just put me in that cart. Where? All right, fine.
I am also on carting
you
around the android duty, sir.
I imagine you were just sitting down in a seat, and then Plum just moved you into a wheelbarrow, and you just didn't
Yep.
notice.
Plum
I'm
just
very
brought
light.
you in.
Yep. I am made of cheap plastic, so it's quite convenient for moving around. Also waterproof, thank goodness.
There appears to be a very small member of the crew. No, that's the wheelbarrow, isn't it? That's the wheelbarrow. Who's that standing next to the wheelbarrow?
And now we're back in the room. Listen. Everyone listening, we all in. Wonderful. Welcome back, everybody. It's delightful to have you back, Landmander. It's me, Laser and Feeling, your communications officer. I'm here, I'm queer, and I'm listening in always.
You are still carrying the microphone equipment. You've got it like on your arm.
Did you say your name was Laser and Feeling?
That's a Laser and Feeling.
Laser
and Feeling.
Yeah, first name Laser and second name Feeling.
Fantastic.
Are they a feline?
Peter dying in echo. It's great.
I'm gonna need to take a pill to get over that name. And that's just amazing. Yeah, Grunge on the other end of the line furrows his brow and then furrows it just deeper and deeper. He is creating trenches in his own forehead with how much he is furrowing his brow.
Oh, and we're back on air. Welcome back, listeners. I hope you enjoyed that latest hit from Planet Pippapopolis. It's number 1 over there, and we'll be giving you a little bit more. But first, I'm going to send you over to Kirsty with the weather. Here you go, Kirsty.
Oh, okay. Firstly, I need you to actually guide the ships in this time. I know it's very funny to make some of the ships, especially from Peruvia 3, to do the cha-cha slide. However, we do need them to dock as cleanly as possible. So that is your duty. Anywhere else you can help, amazing. We want to get the tip-top review. We want to get at least, well, we're probably not going to get 5-star. I've committed. I've grieved. I've had the idea. I've grieved. But now I know we're not going to get 5-star. We're probably going to get 3 at most.
I hear you. Less Earth punk, more Mars punk. I'm on it, Captain.
Mars punk is absolutely fine. This is exactly what the reviewers want. Any hotel that's playing Mars punk.
We shall get 4 stars. We shall get 5 stars. We shall make this place spick and span so good you can have your dinner off the floor, sir.
We shall get so many stars, sir, that you will immediately want to move us all back to Space Force Command, sir.
Yes, sir.
I'll think about it, but
Sir.
not for very long. What I need you to do, make sure. Right, you got the kitchen area. You have got the rooms themselves. You have got the you've got the golf course that nobody uses. Don't put them anywhere near the golf course.
It is covered in slugs, sir.
Yeah, that was. I'm gonna be honest. It was a bit of a waste of resources, but just don't get them anywhere near the golf course. And all right, you got the kitchen, you got the dining room and bar. You've got the bridge, also known as the lounge, and you have got the rooms themselves. Just take them all through there, and everything will be fine. I'm gonna go now. My lunch. Sorry, emergency is here. and then the hologram sort of collapses with a clunk, and then a little. How was the quality of this call? Rate it out of 5 stars. And a little hologram floating above the crystal.
I give it a perfunctory 3, and then.
That was very appropriate, sir.
Yeah.
It replies with a message of "Oh, get you," and then.
I'll glare at it, and then Sergeant Wentz is going to turn to everyone else, clack his boots together. So we're like, all right then, you horrible lot. We've been given a job by the captain, and we will do it, and we shall do it well. Right, we've got about an hour till they arrive, so priority number 1 is to get rid of all the fucking slugs, all right? And
Sir,
priority
there
number
is
2...
one on your face right now, sir.
Right, get it off at once. This is a disgrace.
That's his moustache.
Ah! Get off the moustache!
No, sir, that's your actual facial hairs that grows from your face. I think they was mistaken.
That was a test.
Yeah.
Well done, Bick. Very good. Very good. Right. Now,
Do I have to get rid of the mini golf? I made it of slugs.
They
They might have
made it
moved by
of
now, to
slugs?
be fair. Yeah, it's made out of slugs.
out of slugs.
Yes.
Where
Well,
did
yes,
you
then
get
you must
great
get rid of it.
obstacles?
You must get rid of it. You
Well-
shoot it into space at once.
But it's an attraction, isn't it? Because then you have to go around the slugs and stuff. I put them to use. I thought it was innovative.
Put them straight into
Grim
the
and
slug
Bick,
cannon.
this is not a curiosity shop. Get rid of it.
And that was the latest hits coming from Kirsty. Thank you so much, Kirsty. It's always great to hear you.
It's a feeling.
Now, I'm
is
here
why
in
we don't
command
stand in a
with all
room
of our
with him, is it?
favourite managers. Now, listeners, we
Mr.
want you to
Phelan,
call
this
in. Have you seen any slugs lately? Do you know any slug friends? Where would you go to find slugs? Let us know. Call us in at 0800 Bizarre Bizarre Bizarre.
Mr. Phelan.
And
a long
now,
number.
onto some Mars Punk.
Am I coming in clear?
Sound of Mars Punk.
Turn that racket down, Mr. Phelan! Thank you.
You
Now.
can't stop the beat.
The sound of Mars Punk, also known as terraforming rock, is played throughout the hotel. Right.
Right.
So you have
Now-
you have your 4 areas. I'll allow you each one action in one room and to
Can you-
roll on lasers
Not
or
before they
feeling.
arrive.
Would you
Yes.
mind putting the areas in the chat? Also, have any of us decided what our number is?
No.
Ladies and feelings today?
I don't
Also-
think we've referenced a single rule in the entire hour and a half.
Where
that we
we're
did.
going, we don't need rules.
Although it is, I mean, I will admit it is rules light. So
That's
There's,
probably
there's,
fine.
there's, there's rules. There's rules light, and there's rules ejected into orbit.
Like
a
the
slug.
slugs. So
They find
remind
their
me,
way
we
back.
choose a number 2 to 5. So 5 is higher, and you're closer to lasers and science and rationality, and then closer to 2 is feelings and like
And
No,
you're
other
closer
way.
to
Charisma.
rapport and passion.
Lasers is low, feelings is high.
yeah.
No.
Oh no, other way
If
around.
you
no.
want,
You
if
choose-
you're
Surely
rolling
it would
lasers-
be
You are
lasers
rolling-
and feelings.
you
'cause
are
it's low to
rolling.
high.
You are rolling d6s to resolve actions. If you are trying to, you can use lasers or feelings. Roll, and you have a number between 2 and 5. You are rolling under your number if you are trying to solve a problem with lasers, meaning science and reason. If you want to try and solve a problem with feelings, rapport, passion, intuition, seduction, please God no, you are trying to roll over your number.
Seduce the slugs.
So I think as my
Seduce the slugs.
Seduce the slugs.
Okay,
my
H
number's
wins for
4,
ASMR.
Helen. H, what's your number?
I actually don't know. Come back to me.
Okay,
I'm
cool.
going to go for 4 as well because I think Malevolent is quite a a straight-laced, serious, everything is very logical kind of chap.
Okay. I'm going to go for
shall
2
go-
because
sorry, go
despite the fact I'm a scientist, I'm not very good at science.
Love it.
I shall go for a 5. I'm very by the book, and I like my laser gun.
So yes, sir.
So,
Thank you.
I shall go for 3. I do have knowledge to be able to make communications work, but also I'm all about the music.
The person with the
All
best
about
chance of
the groove.
seducing a slug is big.
You're all about that black hole jazz. It's the deep. It's the
That
deepest
sounds like a
jazz.
good genre.
You say
black hole
Bick has
jazz.
the best chance of seducing slugs, but how do you think they persuaded the slugs to make a game of mini golf?
Ew.
It is my personal belief that your stupid music is acting like an aphrodisiac to these mollusks, and it is causing them to breed out of control.
Well, then I will suggest that maybe they should play some trap music.
Oh. So, you have your 4 rooms, with each of its little problems, and slowly escalating amounts of slugs. I've realised. So, you have your bar. The bar. Yeah, you have the bar lounge. I'm going to say the bar lounge, the kitchen, the rooms themselves, which are sort of converted quarters, and the golf course. Dun-dun-dun-dun. Or the mini golf course. So
Right,
I will allow.
Plum, you are going to
So,
go
yes,
to
sir.
you are going to go to the golf course. You're going to clear it out of all those slugs. Understood?
So yes, sir.
Right, I shall be going to the kitchen, and I shall be cleaning it out.
slugs.
What are the rest of you horrible lot doing?
I was nearly at the end of this romance novel. Can I finish the last chapter? I think they're going to get married.
No, you may not, Bick.
I
You will
think
do
this
that in
is
your
an
leisure time.
essential thing to do, Bick. I'm looking forward to having you on for reading night next week. It's going to be delightful.
That sounds good. Oh, I can just go wherever there's the most slugs because I quite like them.
That'll be the
Right
golf
then,
course.
Base.
And of course, I'll be going to the bar lounge because we've got live music and live radio coming up tonight. So I'll be
Alright.
setting up
I
there.
guess that means that I guess that means I'll be surveying the rooms with Euclidean. It's all
that one-
hell downhill from here, folks.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah,
going to
it
be
is.
honest. I'm going to need a pill for that name as well, and that one's going to be painkillers. Right.
All right.
So,
Plum to the golf course. I shall go to the kitchen. You two jokers go to the bar and lounge, and you Welshie shall go to the rooms.
Right, so bar lounge. Laser in feeling. Upon walking on the very, very plush. This is a very nice lounge. This is a very, very nice bar / lounge with. Well, most of the liquor is there and is real. You do know a couple of them from both personal experience and from some wild nights playing HD chess that some of the spirits are in fact filled with water. Also, the first thing that you notice is the gravity drive, specifically in this room, is slightly on the blink again.
Only slightly.
Only slightly. It's not. You're not like floating everywhere. It's not like everything's going spilling. But you're probably operating at slightly lower gravity than is safe. So
Very fun.
You notice this with a spring in your step. That takes at least half a minute to get down. So, I have set about some problems. How would you like to solve these problems with lasers and/or feelings? Laser and feeling.
It's a laser-in feeling.
Laser and feeling.
So just is Bick with me as well? Because Bick was also coming to the lounge, weren't you? Were you? Question mark.
I actually got confused where I was heading because someone said golf course. I think Bick is literally just being wheeled along wherever you point her. So
Probably with
Bick
me,
is
then.
still in the wheelbarrow.
yeah, just
Well,
reading
come
the
into
book.
the golf course with me.
Okay,
Okay.
Dick's gone to the golf course. Yeah, so
Okay.
you're on your own, Mr. Phelan.
Okay.
Mr. Phelan.
Are there any musical instruments in the bar/lounge?
There is a very small stage. It's made out of that sort of black temporary stage. That's sort of like basically made out of metal pylons and like a small bit of black metal and a black sort of hard. I almost said hard tarpaulin. A black wooden top. For those who have performed in small venues all around the country, we all know what these are. And it's sort of sitting on the corner, slightly raised above the floor, and there is a panoptic flute, and and
It's a flute that can see you.
a set of half a set of bagpipes, and a plasma guitar. So yes, there are
quite
musical instruments on top of it.
Okay, that's right then.
Okay. So I think the first thing I'm gonna do is pull out a notebook where I keep all of my ideas of what's gonna be, going on the show next.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to write on it in big letters, new in, low gravity, have a spring in your step. And stick it on the door.
Yeah, absolutely.
And then... Oh,
Yeah. Go
yeah. And then I am going to hop, skip and jump my way over to the stage and tune up half the bagpipes and get ready to play the Advortium anti-slug song, which of course everyone knows slugs cannot abide by at all. So just to clear them out of the bar and lounge.
Could you give me a lasers roll for the Advortium anti-slug song?
A lasers roll? I was hoping it was going to be feeling because it's very passionate and music-based.
Channel your anti-slug feeling.
Oh, that fair. I will take a feelings roll for.
Okay. My number, by the way, is 3. Let me find a dice. Nope, that's the wrong shape. That's the right shape. Hooray! That is a 1.
which is a success.
Hey!
So
That's
you
a
are
rough success, I believe.
So if it matches, wait, it's
Wait, I
something,
thought
and
you
then
were
if it's-
rolling feelings.
If
I was
you're
rolling. Wait.
using lasers, science or reason, you want to roll under your number. I'm reading from the sheet. If you want to use feelings, rapport, or passion, you want to roll over your number.
So I failed terribly.
Yes,
Yep.
you have in fact played a Song of Slug celebration.
you indeed you have played to your are you human? I never asked this question.
It's none of your business.
You don't just ask someone if they're human, Pete.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm awfully rude. To your ears, non-specific. You think
unspecified.
you have played the Advortium song of slug repelling, and you're really getting into it. You're really jamming, and then partway through you have a moment of oh shit as you look up, and there are like 4 of the grunge of these like little slug things. And they're quite pretty in their own way, but they're sort of having a slug Mardi Gras. They're sort of just going around in a circle. They're bopping their little heads to time with the music. One of them, as they're sort of going around in a circle in the middle of the room, one of them is disconnected from the floor and is currently sort of like not swimming, just sort of confused at its new circumstances. It's been blown into space before, but never. But normally that comes after a nasty experience with a Hoover. So this hasn't gone well. Would you like to just take one more action to try and fix the slugs?
Yep. So my next option will be to give up on the bagpipes. And I am going to turn on the microphone, which of course has just been playing non-stop variations of Mars Rock up until this point.
Mars Punk.
I'm going to be like, well, that was a brilliant one, listeners, wasn't it? So coming up now, we've got Live in the Lounge. So I'm in the bar and lounge right now, live music, and we're going to have the introduction of our first singer, which will be me, because there's no one else in the lounge. And here we go, we're going to sing a new song. It's going to be a medley of the Advortium Anti-Slug song, created by yours truly.
Give me another feelings roll.
Would they be able to roll more than one die since this is their whole thing?
Yeah, considering that you are probably maybe not an expert on the guitar, but you are certainly an expert in your own voice, being a radio DJ. So you get to roll 2 dice.
Okay, so I'm rolling 2 dice.
Get 3 or higher.
That is a 2 and a 6, so 1 success.
So the slugs do indeed. They were bopping before, but somebody has completely ruined their jam. Their
Now
vibe.
they're hopping.
Now their vibe. Yes, they do it. They get off on their little 1 foot. They just start bopping out of there. Literal space hopping, and they leave by the way they came in, which was through a vent in the floor. However, the one that's still floating floats just up and sticks onto the roof, and then goes and then now it tries to leave, but instead of jumping like the other ones, it hasn't liked this flying thing, so it's not going to do it again. So it sort of very quickly. It then goes down one of the walls, so you've now got a slug trail going down one of the walls.
Oh God!
And it goes back into the vent, so there are now no slugs. However, there is now slug trails. Let's move to a different room. So if we go to the kitchen, whence.
All right, I'd like it to be noted I've taken my ceremonial battle hammer with me.
And you will need it because there's within the food maker thing there's smoke coming out of it, unfortunately.
Right. Well, I'm
the food heater, also known as an oven.
The food heaters. I'm not a mechanical man. That's not my area of expertise, but I'm sure it's perfectly simple. So I'm going to head over to it and employ my battle hammer in an attempt to discover the problem. I'm not just immediately going to hit it. I'm going to investigate, which I assume is a
poke
laser
it with the
roll.
hammer rather than
Yeah,
batter it with the hammer.
prod it rather exactly.
So prodding it with the hammer, which is a lasers. I'd count that as lasers.
I have rolled a 6. I have failed to investigate it.
Oh no!
I'm having
We're
so
doing
much
well.
fun. With the hammer, you do prod the front of the food heater or oven, and it just goes right through. you just put the hammer. You prod it maybe a bit too hard, and you prod it through, and then just smoke starts sort of billowing out, and a slight smell of bread.
Neptunian rubbish. Right. I would like to investigate further. I'm going to open the oven, assuming somebody has left some bread in there that has been cooking for about 5 days.
There is in fact the cremated remains of a pizza. After some of the smoke clears.
Bloody kill that DJ.
There is now a sort of blackened mark, and the oven is. The rest of the room looks pretty clean, pretty clean as it were, but there is a lot of smoke currently billowing out of that oven.
All right.
And now it doesn't have a front.
All right. Well, first of all, I will get rid of the burned pizza. Is there like a bin or something?
There
Does space have bins?
There is a trash.
Is there bins in space?
There is a trash chute. It's not a pedal bin, but it is a trash chute.
I will put the pizza in the trash chute. And then, is there a window?
You'd be surprised, but there aren't many windows you can open on a spaceship.
Right, hang on.
You can.
Come on.
Hey, we've got
Although
an
we do
atmosphere
have
outside.
a terraformed bubble outside.
Hell yeah.
You do. You can attempt with lasers.
Is there like an air vent or something?
You can with lasers with a successful lasers roll try and vent some of the smoke outside.
Well, I'd like to. If there's a vent, I'm just thinking of the
Or
sort of
somewhere
person that like Sergeant Wentz is. He's not the most intelligent man, and he does literally carry around a hammer. So if he finds a vent, he's going to try and knock the vent through with his hammer, so that the smoke can get out. That's his plan. So
That's a passionate action. Oh no,
Yeah.
that's a laser.
I mean, I can make it passion if you like. It would just be way harder.
That'll be a tech. That'll be a lasers roll then. Please roll lasers to smash a vent.
I have
in.
successfully lasered.
I would have even called you an expert at hammer. You hammer the vent in, and the smoke it leaves sort of a bit of a trail, and there's still like a smell there.
All right. I'd like to search the cupboards for some future Febreze.
I'll roll my end for future Febreze. There is a bottle of Smell Away, which removes all smells.
Oh my god.
All right, as good as anything. All right, I will spray this across the kitchen, and a clean kitchen smells of nothing at all. Right.
All right.
This is the thought that goes through your mind, and this is the thought which you believe with all your heart. Right in the rooms themselves.
Yep.
Welshie.
Hello.
Hello.
What do you seem to have going on here then?
Well, you've
You're
got.
Irish again.
God
well,
damn it.
I
this is-
think that's
thi-
okay.
Well,
Hello there. What do we have going on here then?
The Space Coalition of Wales and Ireland
Yes, the great, the Greater Gaelic Confederacy.
the Greater Gaelic
like that.
Confederacy. I
How
imagine.
many listeners are we offending right now?
Knowing that Lewis is one of our main listeners, at least one. That I can see for certain.
There you go. Another Welsh.
Yeah.
There we go.
We took
Sorry,
the Valleys to
friends.
space. There are 3 rooms because the rest are currently sort of your quarters. 2 of them are at least well made. One of them is rolls dice, quite infested. There are quite a few members of the grunge. They seem to have made somebody left a tap on, and so there's sort of water around. You also notice that so there are 3 doors next to one another. When the door you open the door to the first room, so the one on the far right, which is fine. However, the door to this room, the room on the far left, the room that isn't fine, also opens, and there's sort of a slight spillage.
Of grunge or water or both.
Give me a lasers roll. No, both. You can tell from here there is a bit of both. The sort of coming out of there's no like full grunge comes out, but there's a little bit of slime with this water, so it's a bit of a moist room.
Moist.
Moist.
I need the loo, so I'm going to ask you to stop doing that.
My apologies. Moist.
Let's see. What,
No,
let's see. Let's see
I'm not
what we can
stopping
do
this
about
record
this.
again to piss myself. I'm not.
Sorry,
Hopefully, if you
Peter.
stop the recording, you wouldn't piss yourself. One or the other.
Well, so Welshie,
Yes.
there is. You have a damp room that's got a couple of slugs in it.
I see. So,
Is there any more information you'd like to discern, or that you'd like?
no, I think I got this. So, I'm going to set,
Fire to the world and watch it burn. Sorry.
Get off this channel, Bick. Get off and concentrate on your job. Enough of your philosophy bollocks.
Sorry.
While she's in the tank, allow.
Yes. I'm going to get the largest my largest bot, my largest drone. That's Titian. It works better when it's written down. I'll admit that much.
I get it.
I got it. I love it.
And I'm going to get them to drive into the. I'm going to get them to drive into the middle of the room on the far left with the slug room. And I'm going to get them to then extrude their mains charging port and just dip it in the water. That'll short him out and electrocute all the grunge.
Which does not kill
Suicide
them.
mission.
It stuns them into a stupor, I imagine.
Fantastic. They're surprisingly nippy, these grunge. And then
and makes them want to
They're
leave.
slugs with teeth.
And then I'm just going to, get the various, and when since they're electrocuted, I'm going to then, gather them all up with a high-tech apparatus known as a mop, and scoop them all together, dump them into a bucket, and then get Avian to fly them over to Corporal Plum to see.
And his
on the
slug
basis
cannon.
that he's the expert with disposing of these things.
I
I'm-
built a slug cannon, so I'll
Exactly.
be using that. It can take about 50 slugs at a time.
Yes. So I'm stunning the grunge and throwing him into orbit.
So Titian, who is a bot normally designed for moving things like boulders and furniture, is wheels themselves through the door. Is a huge hulking bot on, I imagine, like little tractor tread things. He's got like tiny little tractor tread things on his feet, but then a massive hulking body goes into the middle of the room.
Titian coming through. Please make way. Titian coming through. Please make way. Titian coming through.
It's very good that we got that text-to-speech device. It's best investment we ever made.
I desire to lift a table, and
Do not make me short out. I have no wish to die.
It'd be just like going to sleep.
If it shorts in the middle of the room, is it just going to be stuck in the middle of the room?
Until I recharge him. Yes, fortunately, there's a charging plug.
Poor Titian. This is the 8th time this week you have shorted me on purpose, sir.
So Titian, the whole
I just find the power down noise very pleasing. Now, go ahead.
as you hear a bunch of slug-like creatures fly off the walls, stunned. At which point you bring in Avian, coasts in. However, you still do have a damp room. So, would you... a very damp room. I'm going to be honest, slightly ruined. Generally, a bit ruined.
Yeah. I think I'm going to hope we... so I'm going to... once it's shorted out and there's no more, like, ambient electricity in the area, I'm going to switch the tap off, for a start. Let the water drain as best it can. I'm going to... realise that I didn't think this through. Hold the dehumidifier in.
Oh yeah, that
So
might help.
it and Titian are now charging and or working.
Dry in.
And I'm going to pray that we get some amphibious guests.
So, yeah, you pull... I know. Can you give me a lasers roll for
Absolutely.
wiring both Titian and the dehumidifier, for there is only one plug. So you're going to have to do an extension cable in a damp room.
This is going to be great. So I'm rolling...
Also, episode title.
This is going to be great.
an extension cable in a damp room.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fair.
Okay, 1d6, and I am an expert at mechanical things.
Yeah, I'll grant that.
Am I prepared just because of the various number of Ians?
You said you hadn't thought about this.
I hadn't thought this bit through because
Yes.
if I'd thought this through, I'd have got Titian to bring the big dehumidifier into the room before I got him to short himself out.
Oh, yep. So no, I don't think you're prepared
Okay.
due to the things that you have said.
That's
Like, I'm not prepared for this.
In that you said you were not prepared.
No, it's like I didn't think this through. So all the parts are there. I just didn't do them in the right order.
Yeah.
I'm trying to roll under. Oh dear, that is double sixes.
Oh no.
Oh, sweet.
dear.
Oh
Sweet
boy,
Christmas.
do you electrocute yourself.
Not
I
quite.
think yes, I have yeeted myself into a bucket.
Well, let's just say when you sort of try and plug everything into the space length of extension cable, which extends itself, sort of like one of those tape measures. But just as you're sort of like plugging in Titian, and as you're plugging in the dehumidifier, you let go of it for a second, and it goes flying into the wall. Now, the other end of the cables, which are not extending or de-extending, then pull Titian and the dehumidifier, and thereby you, so, like they sort of just fall on top of you.
Oh dear.
So you're currently in damp slug water with I'm going to say just the dehumidifier sort of on top of you. Now working. It's now plugged in, so it's now trying to dehumidify you. it's as the
I think I had a dream
fan.
about this.
So can I get would you like to escape? Would you like to Titian has also fallen over, but we'll say he's fallen over forward, and is now just sort of blocking the door, rather than like causing. He hasn't damaged anything. So give me a feelings roll to get out from a dehumidifier.
Yeah, I don't think I'm an expert in this.
You are not an expert of rolling a dehumidifier off yourself.
No.
You should be at this point.
I really should be. I shall wiggle for freedom.
Wiggle for freedom.
Wiggle.
You will get out, but this is how well you get out.
I can't remember. Did I say my number was 3?
Yar.
Yes, that sounds like a thing I would do. Yes, that's good
does.
because I rolled a 3.
Yay.
Well,
I get a special insight into what's going on.
you know the Very Lonely Planet people, and you know that they have a habit of checking under. They have a habit of checking under things and sort of like trying to like get into corners and things. However, they are people that could be famously plied with good food.
Ah,
Now, where would we find any of that?
That sounds like a you
amazing the insights you have while face deep in slug water.
If anything, it's kind of like the world's worst juice cleanse.
Oh, it's the opposite of a juice cleanse.
It's someone's juice.
I'm
Now-
pretty sure slug face packs exist. You're getting a great skin treatment.
Oh,
that's
I
something.
think these slugs do not have the good slime.
No.
And now on the golf course.
Hello.
So we have
Hi.
malevolent Plum and Bick.
Yes, I have brought with me the soldier version of the Ian, the Guardian.
Oh.
Thank you. I looked up words that end in Ian.
I am so glad I'm not made by the Ian Company.
Ian's and Ian's Limited have a wide range
I'm
of
trying
androids.
to work out what Ian could stand for, and so far I've got intelligent, ambulatory, and then I don't know what the N could be.
Intelligent and nasty.
Intelligent, ambulatory, nag.
Intelligent, artificial nudes. No, not
Maybe
that
not.
one. I was trying to say dudes, but
Well,
with an N,
we've
then I
learned
realised
lot
that was a
about
word.
Peter.
Nudibrax.
Anyway,
So the mini golf course, which has, of course, tiny windmill, tiny rocket ship, tiny.
Has my slug bridge dissipated?
Your slug bridge woke up and has moved to better climes.
Oh, I liked that. It took a good while. I think it looked. It was really sticky and hard to get the ball across. I tell you, I think it was a great obstacle.
It was absolutely not fit for purpose. This area was supposed to be a training area for new recruits. It was supposed to be a gym. It has become a complete mockery of Space Force and all that it upholds. We could at least keep it as a ship-shape mini-golf course.
Why did I end up with you? Alright then, what should we do? Pick them up,
Well,
fling them, stamp on them?
I have Guardian. Presumably the whole place is just completely overrun with slugs.
Oh yeah, it's Grunge City over here. They're
Right.
there are at least 2 on the little windmill. There's 1 on the giant
They're
face.
spinning around. Whee!
Yeah, they
Right,
are.
well, I have brought Guardian, and he can attach to my portable reversible vacuum cleaner.
Yep.
So I will attach Guardian to my portable reversible vacuum cleaner. And I will begin to suction up these many grunges with the intent that I will then input them into the slug cannon that I have devised, which happens to be nearby because this is the best point for it, which is only powerful enough to send 50 slugs at a time into a low, steadily degrading orbit, which does mean they will all return. But will do for today.
Just like sweeping your rubbish under the bed, isn't it?
Yes.
Give, I suppose, a lasers roll.
So yes, sir. Hold on. Can I have perhaps an extra die for bringing Guardian?
You are definitely both Guardian is definitely an expert at slug removal at this point, and
It is his main purpose recently.
and he was originally a Hooverbot because he was a Guardian against dust.
That's 2 successes.
With astounding speed and efficiency, and to your horror, Bick, your lovely 3D golf 3D golf course. Oh yes, like those 2D golf courses that appear. Let's go down to the mosaic course. Sorry, this wonderful mini golf course which you have spent too long building out of the physical forms of many a slug. Is in fact decimated by Guardian as he sucks them up one by one. Each time the sound as they sort of bounce off the inside of the Hoover.
Is it like the reverse of when you pull a cork out of a bottle and it kind of does that?
Slurp, slurp,
Yeah,
slurp,
it's
slurp, slurp, slurp.
Whoever did that with a mouth, stop.
it is exactly that sound. It is. Just with the popping, and then when he gets to 50, just goes 50, and then moves over to the slug cannon, and then there's sort of as each of these as these slugs are fired out of the Hoover bag directly into space and just sort of float, spinning end to end.
I am happily supervising Guardian in his most good of duties, going up and down the lines, making sure he does not miss a single one of these slugs, and I come across my nemesis, the Uber Slug.
Derek the Uber Slug is indeed there. You'd know that slug face anywhere.
We have battled many a time.
Those dealy boppers look at you with well, it's not really a face of menace. It's just sort of a face. Sort of
It's barely a face.
Yeah, it's
Sorry, Matt was so delayed with that laugh.
I laughed once and then I thought about it and it made me laugh again. I just got this image of like fucking Plum just like staring it down with a stare, and then just like the same shot reverse of just a slug, which of course has no expression at all, but it looks so funny. In my head. I'm sorry.
Guardian approaches it, and their Guardian is just slowly towards it.
It goes back to munching on the edge of the windmill, and then before seeing its nemesis come before it, and it is going to speed off. Derek is the fastest of all of the grunge.
That's how he survived so long.
Quick, get on the golf caddy and get after him.
He doesn't even fit inside of Guardian anymore. I have to chase him manually.
Yeah, it's about the size of a golden
so
retriever.
Many pizzas.
It's just a massive slug. Just got...
Bick,
Bick.
we gotta chase Derek. We gotta chase Derek down.
I think you just turn around and Bick is staring at the slugs floating distantly into space like, it's so sad and yet beautiful.
Bick.
What? I'm having a moment? Oh, it's Derek.
So is
isn't it?
Derek. Come on, you know what he does if he gets into the vents.
Oh, okay. I'll help chase Derek.
You can. You can in fact.
Introduce this unnecessary slug antagonist.
Oh no! This is all gonna come bite you in the arse later.
Oh, good.
Quite literally, he has teeth.
Oh God.
Well, he doesn't munch on people, but he does. He procreates in the wires, and he just loves wires. He just loves eating wires.
That's why all the underwire doors are so fucked up.
Yeah.
It's all Derek's fault.
Yeah, Derek giving them a surprise electrician's job. There are golf caddies. There are hover caddies. Which, so would you like to attempt to use one of those to pursue Derek?
Yes.
Do it.
Let's hop on.
Please roll lasers for your pursuit.
Oh dear. I have to roll. Wait, I'm not very good at lasers, am I? Because I'm very feelings, am I not? I'm a 2.
Much feelings.
Much
Could
feelings.
you try to
wow.
seduce Derek?
I rolled a 1. I have to roll. This is
That's
an easy
good.
game.
You
we say.
succeeded.
Me immediately forget.
The thing is, I'm looking at the wrong
Yes,
bloody thing.
I succeeded. I've got to roll under my number, and my number is a 2, so that was like the only thing I
Yeah.
could have rolled. I succeed.
Yay!
Yeah, roll under your number for lasers, above your number for
Amazing.
feelings.
I'll say it's because I weigh literally nothing, so like the golf caddy is just doesn't even. It's very fast with me on it because I'm just made
One
of
of
air and plastic.
You just hear one of us as you get on it, and it goes, and you speed after the quickly fleeing Derek. How would you like to intercept him? Just sort of corner him off, or?
I'm trying to think of an entertaining and amusing way with which an android can corner a large slug. And that's the most amusing thing I can think of is that sentence.
The wild android
I would like to
corners
remind
the
you
slug.
that
Yes.
you are due a shipment of slugs in a bucket.
Oh
Oh
yeah,
my
yeah,
god,
that-
we
that's-
are!
Oh yeah, that's also going to arrive at some meaningful point.
And you did not call ahead to warn us, did you?
Well, currently
No,
the
I was
intercom-
under a dehumidifier.
There's
at
nothing
the
but
time.
bloody Mars punk on the radio channel. I can't hear nobody's orders.
There is radio silence, and there's the radio silence that comes from punk just being played.
Can I
through.
say the golf caddy is the pedestrian class?
Very
It's the only
good.
one I can find that's like related to
Ian.
transport.
That's not
Lukey,
too bad though.
Lukey, you're
That's
going to have
not-
a
No,
list
it's the
of these.
transportation class. What am I
Oh,
on
there we
about?
go.
Oh, okay.
Temple
Can
Trap.
I body slam Derek?
How could you not?
I know. Well, I'm so light. I'm not going to hurt him. It's more of actually a hug, but I want to pretend like I'm doing something useful. But I'm really quite fond of the slugs, so as you can probably tell, my heart isn't in it.
You can attempt to tackle it. You can attempt to tackle a slug.
I just want to land on him and maybe like gently cover his eyes so he stops. He's like a bird. You cover his head, they just stop.
Oh yeah, no,
Aw.
that's absolutely true. I think with that lasers roll, you're able to pilot the caddy. Pilot the caddy. You sort of go into what looks like a slide, and for a moment, Plum, you are almost elated at the idea that Derek will finally meet his maker.
I'm so excited.
Slow down the caddy, using the momentum to jump on top of Derek and to cover his eyes, at which point he sort of goes into a slightly catatonic state and almost goes for a little bit of the slugs don't really snore, but happy bubbles start coming off him.
Aww.
Happy bubbles.
Oh, Derek and his happy bubbles.
Cute. I'll gather
Did you
some
get
of the
him?
bubbles up for later.
Did
Yep.
you get the uber slug?
Yep.
Derek, you're going into orbit.
Oh,
He
can
always
I-
comes down faster because he's so much bigger than the other one.
Oh, I guess he will come back faster. All right, Derek. I'll whisper. I'll miss you.
All right. It takes 2 of us to get him into the slug cannon.
All
Come
right,
on
all
over
right.
here.
I think I'll overbalance. I only weigh about 2 kilograms. All right.
Just as you're
It's all right. It doesn't have any bones. It doesn't matter if you fold him in half. He'll be fine.
I know. I'm a scientist.
sort of much like trying to get a sleeping bag back into the sleeping bag.
Oh my god, the best comparison. Yep.
As you feed Derek the slug into the cannon. He's resigned to his fate now. He knows that this is only a
It's gonna
temporary.
take a nice trip. around the sun.
This isn't his first orbit.
Around the moon.
Yeah, no, this
Yeah.
is definitely
He's-
not his first orbit.
Every time he comes back bigger and faster than before.
Clearly,
It's
low
his
grav
brethren.
empowers him.
Just,
Just
I
eats
think
the other
it's-
slugs in orbit, surely.
Yeah.
Oh god, yeah.
potentially.
Slugsicles!
Aww.
Lexical. Oh yeah,
It's the local delicacy.
and weather hazard.
Don't eat them. They stay alive inside you.
Calliopes from the sky.
Sky with slugs.
Episode title?
Calippo in the sky.
Calippo in the sky.
Right. Woo, I need to breathe.
No, you don't.
Just as you're feeding the last bit of Derek into the into the cannon, you hear a and you look behind you, an avian carrying literally just a tin bucket. I imagine it's nothing fancy. It's just a tin bucket. Comes flying behind you at speed.
Incoming slugs.
Give me what have you like to catch and or impede avian?
Is that a
Oh, man.
lasers?
That would probably be. It depends. It depends how you want to impede him. Not impede avian.
Oh god.
Can I have done it before?
Oh, you have definitely tussled with avian before.
Yes. Love how you're just accentuating that Ian on that. It's really, really driving home the pun. So I turn up and I see him.
Congrats, well done.
I want to treat him like a doggy, but that would be feelings, and I don't want to do feelings.
Oh, I could have done that. I'm better at feelings. I couldn't think of what to do that wasn't like technical.
What did you think of doing? Let's swap.
Oh
Why don't you
god, I
beckon
haven't
him?
even got that far. I was just gonna go on some like protocol shutdown reprogram.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Oh,
Some
yeah,
kind
I'm
of
gonna
science
go-
fiction bullshit.
Avian, docking protocol. I'm trying to think of a bra size. Actually, no, docking protocol 26, 22, 26.
Let's give me
Thank you to the one person who got what I was doing.
I got that too.
Give me a lasers roll.
Can I have an extra die for being prepared?
You can have an extra die for being prepared because you did see it coming.
Thank you. That's a double success.
You
Love having loaded dice.
you you are loaded with knowledge of how to shut down a flying avian. I keep calling it a he just because it's an Ian.
Well,
It flies forward and comes to a gentle. It was going too fast, but it at the last moment it sort of goes, oh crap, and puts on the brakes, and is coasting above your head, and you have been delivered a bucket of slugs.
oh, more for the cannon. Alright, let's get Derek out the window, then we can deal with these.
With a Derek is ejected into deep space. Well, not
He
ejected
just
into deep.
floats off. If a
Fired.
slug could give you the finger, he would be.
He just looks
Angry
done.
bubbles are now coming out of his mouth.
Yeah.
I imagine Bramble has this like expression when we pick him up and take him out the room because he's annoying people. That's just like, oh, here I go again. I'll be back. Don't you worry about me. And I imagine it's like that.
That's what Derek's up to.
Yeah.
Along with his other slug buddies that come in slightly faster due to the fact they're slightly smaller. However, he goes barreling off into the distance. Laser in feeling.
And listeners, we're back with our new segment. We've got Talking with the Managers. Manager, hello, how are you doing today, sir?
You get a during your little raid. You're having such fun on the radio show, and you're calling up varying managers, and the first response is, "What? How did you get this line?"
And thank you very much. It was so great to hear from the head of the manager at Hotel Emporium on R-Talk 6. Thank you so much. Next up, we have...
and calling it, and you don't normally deal with these. This is very much not within your purview, but you do get a hail. You get a little beep beep beep.
Hello, dear listener. You are live on Radio Bizarre. How can I help you today, Who Be Gone Man?
Ooh, it sounds like the Very Lonely Planet inspectors are incoming. Will our bumbling crew manage to impress them, or will they slip and fall on a slug at the first hurdle? Find out in next week's episode. But until then, thank you for listening to Direcast. If you'd like to keep up to date with episodes and announcements, you can follow us on Twitter and Facebook at Direcast, and on Instagram at DirecastPod, and subscribe to us on your favourite podcatcher. And hey, if you enjoyed listening to us, maybe consider giving us a rating or review, or sharing us with a friend. We'd really love that. Direcast is Lukey Slynn, Matt George Lovett, Jacob Waugh, Helen, Peter Wellman, and H Folkmans. Our logo and banner art are by H Folkmans. The Direcast theme and Lasers and Feelings variation were composed and performed by Matt George Lovett. This episode was edited by Peter Wellman. This week we were playing Lasers and Feelings by John Harper, a link to which can be found in the episode description. And at least for this week, that's how the die are cast.